Exercise 5.4, problem 17, discussion. A straight line cuts the coordinate axis at A and B. If the midpoint of AB is 3, 2, then find the equation of the AB. Okay, let's draw a simple diagram. So, the straight line cuts the coordinate axis at A and B. It cuts the y-axis at A and the x-axis at point B. Okay, and it says the midpoint of AB is 3, 2. So that's all it is given. The point at which the line cuts the y-axis is a y-intercept, that we always say it as B. A point at which it cuts the x-axis gives you the x-intercept, that is A. So point B is A0 and the point A is 0B. Right? That's all it is. So as you can see, we are talking about the intercept, so we can use the intercept form. Right? Now let's see. Given midpoint of AB is 3, 2, right? We need to calculate the equation of AB. We need the equation of the straight line is the intercept form, and the midpoint M equal to x1 plus x2 by 2, y1 plus y2 by 2. Okay, if you have seen earlier on, they are given one point, right? So what you can do is that x by a plus y by b equal to 1. Let that be the equation of the straight line. You substitute this point, you will get everything in terms of a and b, but you won't be able to solve a and b. So that's the reason they have given the other condition, that this is a midpoint of a and b. Now what is midpoint of a and b? That is 0 plus a by 2, that will be equal to 3, from which you can calculate a. B plus 0 divided by 2, that's equal to 2, from which you can calculate b. That's the trick here. So earlier on they used to give us that the ratio of x-intercept and y-intercept is 3:2, or 1 is 3 times the other, or the sum of the x-intercept and y-intercept is 9, etc., etc. They give you an additional condition with which we can get everything in terms of a, and then once you substitute this point, you will get and solve the a. But that condition is given indirectly, saying that the midpoint of a and b is 3, 2. You got it? So step 1, let the x-intercept be a and the y-intercept be b. So with that, what happens? The x-intercept is the point at which they cuts x-axis, and the value of that is a, right? So which means this point is a0, and the y-intercept is b, that is the point at which it cuts the y-axis. So the coordinates at that point will be 0 and b. When it cuts the y-axis, what does it mean? X is 0, right? Then only it will cut the y-axis, and the y-intercept is b, which means the other coordinate is b, right? So the coordinates of a and b are 0b and a0. I hope I've got this cleared. Okay, let me repeat. When the point cuts the x-axis, the y value, the y coordinate will be 0. That's why we say 0 here. And whatever value the x coordinate is nothing but its x-intercept, right? So we say the x-intercept is a here. So this point is a0. Going by the same logic, the point at which it cuts the y-axis, okay, that is your y-intercept, that is b here. But the point will be having a coordinate of 0 and b, right? Because this is the y-intercept, and since it cuts the y-axis at that point, the x value will be 0, right? So this gives you the coordinates of a and b. Now with the value of a and b, the points of a and b, you can find the midpoint and equate it to 3, 2. So using the points a and b, find the midpoint and calculate the midpoint and equate it to 3, 2. Now what is the midpoint of AB? x1 plus x2 divided by 2, that is 0 plus a by 2, that's equal to 3. So from which a can be calculated. And what's the midpoint of the y coordinate of the m? That is b plus 0 divided by 2, that's equal to 2, from which b can be calculated. So from this step, you will be able to get the values of a and b. Once you have the value of a and b, what is next? Next is basically substitute that in this equation and simplify the equation. So once you have the value of a and b, you just need to write it in x by a plus y by b equal to 1 and simplify it to get the equation of the required line. Okay, so let's try this problem. Let the x-intercept be A and y-intercept be B. Okay, so now we'll have to find out what is the coordinates of point A and point B, right? Because it is cutting at the point A and point B. Right, now what will be this point? This is actually, this gives you the y-intercept. Alright, this is the line when it cuts the y-axis, that is known as y-intercept. But we know the y-intercept is B, right? So the y-coordinate of that is B. And what will be the x-coordinate of point A? The x-coordinate of the point A will be 0 because it is cutting, it is on the y-axis. So the point A will be 0 in B. Similarly, the x-intercept is given as A, right? So the x-intercept is this distance. So the point B will have an x-coordinate of A, and when the point B is on the x-axis, what does it mean? The y value is 0. So the y value of the point B is 0. So the coordinates of B is A0 and the coordinates of point A is 0 in AB. Once this is done, we have to calculate the midpoint, that is x1 plus x2 by 2 and y1 plus y2 by 2. This is x1, y1, this is x2, y2. So what will happen? It will become 0 plus a by 2 or a plus 0 by 2, whatever. It's the same, right? Then b plus 0 by 2. So that will be the midpoint. And we know the midpoint is 3, 2. So we'll have to equate this. So this will be a by 2 and b by 2. So a by 2 and b by 2 is equal to 3 by 2, which means a by 2 equal to 3, and from which you get a equal to 6, and b by 2 will be equal to 2, from which you get b equal to 4. So now we have the value of a and b. So all you need to do is substitute the value of a and b in the intercept form and simplify to get the equation. The intercept form is x by a plus y by b equal to 1. So substitute a equal to 6 and b equal to 4. So this equation will become x by 6 plus y by 4 equal to 1. Now you have to multiply both sides by 12 to get this denominators out. Okay, so when you multiply it 6 into 12, 6 will go 2 times, so this will become 2x. 4 will go 3 times in 12, so 3y, and 12 into 1 is 12. So the equation is 2x plus 3y plus 11 is the equation of the required line. So let me repeat. The key point is to find the coordinates of A and B. Once that is done, the problem is very simple. And the point at which the straight line cuts the y-axis is always 0, y-intercept. And the point at which the line cuts the x-axis is x-intercept, 0. If you remember this rule, then everything is easy. So now you know the point A and point B. The midpoint is given. Use the midpoint formula. Calculate the midpoint of A and B. Equate the x coordinate to 3. Get the value of A. Equate the y coordinate to 2 and get the value of B. Once A and B is known, put that in the intercept form, simplify it and get the equation of the required line. Okay, so I hope I made it clear. Please go through it one more time and then it'll become easy. Thanks for watching this video.